Coming to Nazareth during his ministry, Jesus preached just as he had been doing throughout the countryside. In other places, he had drawn enthusiastic crowds. In his hometown, however, people in the crowd became derisive. They recognized him to be one of their own, a common tradesman, and therefore not someone who should be taken seriously as a teacher or prophet. Is not this, they asked, the carpenter? This passage is where we learn Jesus, like his earthly father Joseph, was a carpenter, according to contemporary Bible translations. Both Mark chapter 6 verse 3 and Matthew chapter 13 verse 55 give an account of the incident using the Greek word tekton to refer to Jesus' profession. The verse in Mark, for example, asks, "Is not this the carpenter, ho tekton, the son of Mary, the brother of James and Joseph, and of Judah and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us?" The word tekton, however, does not directly translate as carpenter. It more accurately means builder or craftsman, a designation which, in fact, leaves Jesus' true profession in doubt. A carpenter would fit in the category of builder or craftsman, and that may well have been what Jesus did. He would not have built homes in an area where trees were scarce, but would have made furniture, doors, and tools, such as plows. However, the most dominant profession around Nazareth, where Jesus grew up and would have practiced his trade, was stone masonry. The area was rich in stone with several quarries, including one in the heart of Nazareth. Virtually all buildings were made of stone, and the demand for stonemasons would have been high. During the time Jesus would have worked as a craftsman, the Romans expanded the small town of Sepphoris into a city for Jewish aristocrats who supported Rome. True, the venture would have required carpenters, but the greatest demand would have been for masons. Sepphoris, today Zippori, was less than 4 miles from Jesus' home, and regardless of his craft, it is likely he worked on the project. We'll never know for sure, since the broad definition of tekton could refer to a number of professions. But taken in context and in light of the more likely profession of the tradesmen in Nazareth in that era, it could be that Jesus was not a carpenter, but an operative mason. For the Whence Came You podcast, this is Steve Harrison with the Masonic Minute.